Hello everybody. Hi, it's me, Whimsy. Finally, I'm back. Yeah, so I really have been getting over that bug. I ended up getting the flu from one of my patients, and then right after I got the flu, I got one of those opportunistic bacterial things. So yeah, it's just part of what goes on in the wonderful world of medicine. I'm one of those people where flu season comes around, everyone goes to see the naturopath, and then the next thing you know, we're all, you do everything you can to protect yourself, wash hands, etc. But what can you do? You just, you do your herbs and you do your vitamins and you do the best you can. So I took a couple days off and yeah. So things are going well. We've now been up over a month and people are enjoying the videos, so we will keep putting them out. So I want to talk briefly about a meditation that I did a couple of days ago. It's one of the more unusual heart-centered meditations I've ever done, and I hope I will do it justice. I think that you'll find it very intriguing. I decided to do a meditation on the founding fathers of America. This is using a heart-centered meditation where you attempt to tune into or receive messages from the collective consciousness. And so the focus was the founding fathers, the people who had written the Constitution. Could I glean in the universe any wisdom from them, considering all the craziness that's been going on in American politics over the last couple of years? And so I'm just going to read some of the messages that I received from that meditation. And I can't even tell you which founding father, or only that I received the messages and I wrote them down. So this is from the founding fathers, the writers of the Constitution, giving feedback about what is going on today in American politics during a heart-centered meditation I did 2 days ago. And the first thing that they said was that the Constitution will hold, that they're very confident that the Constitution that they created is strong, that we've had trials in the past, like the Civil War. And they said, while it appears to be a shaky ground, understand that the Constitution will hold. So that was the first message that I received. The Constitution will hold. Don't be frightened. The other message I received, I don't know who this was, but this one was a good one. This person said, "You are far more cautious this generation in Congress than we were in the days of the founding fathers. That we are far more cautious than we used to be." And this person said that they took greater risk and they sacrificed far more, that people are very politically correct, they're very frightened of stepping on toes, and that it would be hard to create a constitution in the current climate because everyone's too frightened to take any risk. And this person was saying that in his day, during the founding of America, they took a lot more risk. And they also talked about the importance of not attacking somebody's character simply because gentle beings don't agree with one another. In plainer words, back in their day, you were allowed to have an opinion, but it should not resort to a character attack. That go for it, say whatever you have to say, the Constitution will hold, the peace will hold, speak your truth, but just don't be rude. This kind of reminded me of Lindsey Graham, because Lindsey Graham, every time I tune into his energy, he always talks about how we must be polite, how we must be kind to one another. He can't stand when people are not polite. And that was kind of what I got from the founding fathers. You can say whatever you like, speak your truth, but just be polite and don't start attacking the character of other people. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The other thing that they said, which I thought was kind of interesting, is they said that during the time of the founding of the Constitution, there were meetings all of the time, that a young man would attend meetings on a regular basis, that gentle people would go to the meetings. They would go to the city hall meetings. They would go to the city planning meetings. There was more civil involvement than we have today. Instead, we have abdicated that responsibility to other people, and we have basically become disconnected from our own democracy. That if we really want democracy to prevail in this country, we have to be part of the process. And that when they founded the Constitution, it was never supposed to be, okay, here you go, here, the government takes care of everything. No, they really believed that we, the people, were the government, and they were struck by the fact that the young men and women of today don't go to meetings. Like, they were at meetings all the time, going to city planning meetings and debates and town halls. Where are the town halls? So they just said, if you want, you cannot expect your democracy to hold if you do not work for your democracy. That was the message. I thought that was very powerful. I want to say it one more time because it's too wise to have come from Whimsy. It had to come from a founding father. The founding father said, you cannot expect your democracy to hold if you do not work for your democracy. And so there was also this message from the founding fathers that we must fight for our democracy every day. We have to attend town halls. We have to be involved, because ultimately it was never supposed to be abdicated to someone else. And by abdicating and saying, oh, those people in Washington will take care of it, that is what went wrong in this country. The only way to exercise the Constitution and make sure things go the way that they were supposed to go is by attending those town hall meetings and understanding that we are the government, and by demanding that the government represent us, the people. That is the way that we ensure that the Constitution and the democracy will hold. So I thought that that was really great. That was what I channeled from the founding fathers, from us to them, from them to us, and it was a great experience. The second part of the meditation I focused on was on the planet. I've been doing a lot of meditations on Gaia, ensuring that the planet stays healthy and that we heal the planet, which is experiencing a lot of crisis right now. So after I had channeled and done the meditation on the founding fathers, I did a meditation on Gaia. And I asked the question during the meditation on Gaia, well, if the founding fathers were creating all of this stuff because they had clear ideas about democracy and human rights, etc., then how does the natural order of the universe, the natural laws that govern the world, how does that work out with what the founding fathers believed about human rights? And the answer I got back was that based on the laws of the universe and based on the laws of this planet, the needs of Mother Earth supersede. They are more important than the individual, than the rights of the individual. And that kind of surprised me. So in plainer words, the needs of Mother Earth, as far as the natural order is concerned, are more important, have more value than the needs of the individual. In plainer words, if she needs to move or stretch or break a piece of land apart in order to move, she's going to do it. And if individuals that have been building houses in that area are in the way, they could theoretically become hurt. Not because it's their karma to suffer or anything like that, but because as far as the natural order is concerned, Mother Earth's needs supersede. They are more important than the needs of the individual. So she will create tidal waves, and these things will happen as she attempts to balance herself out based on whatever stressors Mother Earth comes and deals with. So when she has a stressor, she does certain things in order to balance out or take care of the stress, and the needs of the individual are not as important as the needs of Mother Earth, because Mother Earth has to do what she has to do to balance herself out in order to sustain life as a whole. And so that is why her needs come first, and her needs override the needs of the individual. So that was the answer to that question. Well, what about Mother Nature did this and the individual suffered? The individual suffered because the natural law, the natural order of the universe is such that her needs will always be more important than the needs of the individual, because without her, life itself is not possible. So she must take care of herself first and foremost. All right, so I wanted to do a couple throws today. The first I wanted to do was on Ivanka Trump, and that's because I tuned into Ivanka Trump a couple of days ago, and the feeling I got from the meditation was that her energy felt like she was all over the place, darting around, very, very nervous, very, very frightened. And I got the impression that she's very calculating in terms of who she speaks to, how she speaks to people. But that in that way, she's a lot like her father, in the sense that she does kind of see herself as superior to others, and that there's a calculating element to her friendships with others. Those were kind of the impressions I got being in her energy. But right now, she seems very frightened, and her energy just seemed to be darting all over the place. So I wanted to do a throw to see how Ivanka Trump is doing, and then I'm going to do a throw for the country as a whole, how we're going to do for the week. So we're going to start by just shuffling. Somebody said they wanted to see my shuffle. I don't think it's all that interesting, but we're going to go ahead and shuffle. And take a look at Ivanka Trump. I always do it 3 times because one person taught me to do it 3 times, and then I took on that tradition of 3 splits 3 times. Closed energy, guarded, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, stability in partnership. Where she's at right now, the Fool takes a leap of faith. Regarding what? Imports, exports, business dealings, travel, merchant activity, foreign investments, waiting for your ship to come in. What is above her? New growth coming, Wands, growth, business growth. 8 of Wands is also a time, August, celebration, previous contracts. Here comes a card that represents police, spying, investigations, crime, swift action. This is interesting because I have always had the impression, based on my remotes, that she's involved in foreign business dealings, foreign offshore investments. This is the stuff they found in the Cohen raid, that when I did a remote viewing, it said her signature was on some of that stuff, and the feds want to talk to her about that. And here we have contracts in the past, action, reaction, as a result of contracts. Remember when I said that I saw her signature on stuff? Here's the action, here's the reaction. Sliding into what could be a difficult summer for her. Is that how you would see it? That's how I would see it. Possible action. She might be safe until the summer of 2019. Where she's at right now, hold, prayer, contemplation, no action, right? This is a time when you think. I always think of this card as meditating like the death. Be still like the death. Like when you think about a good Tibetan or yogic person going into a deep state of samadhi, deep state of meditation that is almost like death. to be still and do nothing. What is around her? Mueller, the police, legal action again. Hopes and fears, finances, harvesting, how they made their money. Basically, how you make your money, how you harvest your money. Final outcome, the high priestess, emerging power, the Torah. Also Torah, the law or light bearer. Light is going to be bearing on it. Cutting it off, the world, hopes and fears, final outcome, get your wish. Wish card granted. She might be okay. She might be okay. I don't know if I necessarily see a plea deal in these cards, but we do see a swift action here regarding some kind of a contract, possibly overseas deals. This is interesting, the High Priestess. High Priestess is a great card if it's your signifier, if it says this is who you are as an individual. When it's inverted, it can be vindictive. I like the fact that the Nine of Cups is over it. She might be okay. Hopes and fears, the law regarding, this is almost like international legal issues. Well, let us see, let us see. I would say she's nervous. I would say that definitely there's going to be an investigation. I want to talk a little bit about this because when I did the meditation on Ivanka Trump the other night, I had asked her about the overseas money laundering, and the response I got back from Ivanka Trump was that the way that they do business as a real estate company is no different than how everybody else does real estate. That if you were to take everybody else that was selling houses or property in the areas that the Trumps were selling housing and property, you would see virtually no difference between them and any other real estate company. And that she was arguing that they were being targeted because of who they were, and that it was pretty much standard that when she got to D.C., this is what Ivanka Trump was saying, when she got to D.C., they saw all this corruption, all this dark money, they saw all this stuff, and she was arguing, we're not that bad, they're worse than we are. So being in her energy made me feel like I was being buddied up to. Hey, buddy, I'm going to tell you a little secret. We're going to share this little secret, and then you're going to feel like you're my pal. But then after I thought about the meditation, I realized that I felt kind of manipulated by the meditation. But it gives you a window into how she thinks, and how she thinks is that they are being singled out, and that they're no worse than anybody else, which of course is no justification for money laundering or any of the other things that they've been accused of. All right, let's go ahead and I'll do one about how the week is going to go. She might be able to avoid jail with those kinds of cards. Maybe we'll see a negotiation. She gets her wish. Looks like they are going to want to talk to her, though. All right. Let's look at how the week is going to go. People are worried about the shutdown. The Congress is working very nicely together, which is what we had predicted. I'm glad to hear about that. How's our week going to go? How are we going to do for the week? How is the country going to do this week? Base card, benevolence, charity, right? The money is going out. Inability to get into the church, walking away, trying to find a way into the church, finances. I also think about it as walking away from the broken man to get into the church. But what's interesting is that what's pushing through is Six of Pentacles, which means that they're probably going to get a deal because this is benevolence and money going out. This is the conflict. This is the conflict. Exile, being cast out of the church. We're coming out of a really dark period. You know, when you look at a card like this, financially, locked out of the church, freezing in the cold, can't get back in, don't have money, homeless people trying to find a place to sleep at night kind of an energy, which is kind of what happened during the shutdown. People were in a really bad situation. But now you have that nice Six of Pentacles coming in. That's charity and benevolence. So I don't know if it's going to be as bad. Oh, well, that's good. As people had thought it was going to be. Look at that, Seven of Pentacles, working to create coin. What's walking away? What are they walking away from? Hope. Oh, there's the law. Justice. Here's the law. Legal. Foolish. Conflicts. Devastation. Ooh, in the next 2-3 days, this president is going to have possibly a temper tantrum in the next couple of days. Look at this. Legal troubles coming in. I know Linda Comanche said that an incident was going to occur. I think she's right about that because I'm seeing justice coming in with a Ten of Swords crossing over this. Walking. Look at this. What is that? She and I are seeing the same thing. There's some kind of an incident. Stability reigns. Looks like there's some... Look. This does not bode well for the president. The president is going to... Something's going to happen that's going to be another blow for the president. That's how I'm going to interpret this. But... hold on, let me do a clarification here. This president's on his own. How I would interpret it, with an Eight of Cups right over it, walking away, Ten of Swords coming with the Justice, this president's going to have some new legal problems hitting in the next couple of days. Remember when I had said last time, wow, there's something going to hit in the next couple of days, and that's when the Southern District of New York started requesting information about the inaugural committee? This feels like another blow like that in the next couple of days. Legal problems coming in. It feels to me like it could get to a point where Congress has to work something out without the president, because the president is in legal trouble again very soon, very, very soon. All right, so I've pretty much we've done about over 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and finish there, but it'll be very interesting to see this week what happens. This Congress is ready to push through these bills either with or without the help of the president, because the president appears to be isolated and facing further legal problems coming up this week. That's how I would interpret the cards. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. It's good to be back. I have a little bit of a frog in my throat, but I should be okay. All right, we'll see everybody next time. And for those people still trying to get in for appointments, yes, I'm still taking appointments for phone readings. And then you can book through my Gen Book account. I still don't have my website up and running. My web developer. I just have the website for my Dr. Whimsy site for my work as a doctor. But the Tarot site, we still haven't figured that out yet. We're still having to develop that. So if you do want to make an appointment to see me, just click on the Gen Book, which is in the description. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the love and support. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.